Hello everybody and welcome to Where is Xur, the show where we find Xur and we look at his inventory together. Today you can find Xur at the tower. He's over here in the hangar. Let's go and pay him a visit. Alright, once you touch down at the tower, immediately take a left, walk down a series of halls until you get to the hangar, and then take a left and you will find Xur hanging out at the edge of the map. Alright, and here is Xur. Let's go ahead and see what he's got in store. First up, he's got Black Talon. It's an exotic sword. It's really cool. It fires a projectile when you use the heavy attack. You should get it if you don't have it. Then we've got Shards of Galanor. Shards of Galanor is a great exotic for hunters. However, this roll is 63, way lower than we want it to be, and it doesn't really have any spikiness, which is unfortunate because the mobility is so low. If it were a little bit better of a weapon, it would be, better armor, it would be great. It would be awesome, but it's not, so don't buy it. We've got Antaeus Wards. This is, again, low mobility, high-ish resilience. I want to like this roll, but with 62 stats overall for an exotic, that's really low. I guess if you had a higher roll, like 68, and it had much higher mobility, this would actually be an upgrade, but on the whole, this is not a god roll, not anything to get super excited about. I do love Antaeus Wards, though. Super underrated exotic in PvP. And then we've got Verity's Brow. Verity's Brow, again, low mobility, high resilience, almost there, but 60 total stat points on an exotic is very disappointing, and I can't really get excited about any of these exotic pieces of armor today. Black Talon is cool, though. And then we've got our weapons. Hawkmoon, not super excited about this week's. Hipfire Grip always makes me sad on Hawkmoon, so probably don't get it. Alloy Mag is good, though. However, Dead Man's Tail, it has an interesting role. Armor Piercing Rounds I really like. Increases range, extra damage to combatant shields, and over-penetrates. That's great. Snapshot Sights is great for PvP. And then that combines quite nicely with Fluted Barrel, which increases handling speed and stability. So you're shooting down the sights fast. You have good stability and handling speed due to composite stock and fluted barrel. And when you hit, your rounds are doing more damage. So, you know, this probably isn't a god roll, but for PvP, it serves a pretty interesting use case. So maybe consider getting this. I might pick it up. But yeah, that's not a bad option. Whoops, accidentally backed out there. And then we've got our legendary weapons. Let's take a look at that. So first we've got Fire Fright. Was surrounded and Hipfire Grip. I am not at all excited about this. We'll move on to Royal Chase. No distractions and Threat Detector. This is okay. Nothing to write home about. I don't really like this roll. Then we've got Enigma's Draw with Opening Shot and Swashbuckler. Opening Shot on Sidearm. Cannot think of a worse perk. Swashbuckler's okay, but just in general, that's kind of a mid perk. So I'm not super stoked on that. And then we've got Brigand's Law. Brigand's Law I do want to talk about. This is a good weapon. So first we've got Killing Wind, which is always good. Voltshot, which if you don't know, that is a perk that was recently introduced into the Destiny sandbox. Reloading this weapon after defeating a target overcharges this weapon for a short period of time, causing it to jolt on its next hit. That is a super cool effect if you're running an arc build, and it's especially nice on a sidearm because all you have to do is defeat a target and reload, and as you know, with sidearms, that's super quick. And then all of a sudden you've got Jolt, and as long as you hit somebody with that first shot after a reload, you're causing Jolt, which is giving you all sorts of benefits if you're using an arc build. So that's really cool. Combine that with the Range Masterwork, which is pretty good on sidearms. Right Hook Origin Trait. This is pretty good. Pretty good. Alloy Mag is great on sidearms as well. But also you could do Appended Mag if you wanted the bigger mag size. This is a really good weapon. You should consider buying this if you have an arc build that you like. Then we've got Distant Tumulus. Distant Tumulus is one of my picks this week because it's got Dragonfly, which admittedly is not the best perk on PvP, though it certainly has its uses. Snapshot Sights is great for PvP, and it's got Flared Magwell and handling speed. So if you think about how this is going to work, you handling, so you're able to switch to the weapon quickly. You've got Snapshot Sights, so you're able to ADS quickly. And then when you do hit, you can Dragonfly them. So if you're try hard with a sniper rifle who's trying to really quickly aim down sights, get a shot off, and maybe Dragonfly to kill their friends as well or do damage to their friends. This could be pretty good, so I'm kind of interested in trying this out in PvP. Probably not a great role in PvE, though. Then we've got Plank Stride. This is an interesting role for a weapon. It is a newer machine gun, so if you don't have it, maybe just pick it up for collections. But the thing I like about this one is it's got reload speed, masterwork, which is great on machine guns. One for all. Hitting 3 separate targets increases damage for moderate duration. That can be good in certain PvE use cases. The roll, unfortunately, isn't that good, but it is cool. I wanted to give it a shout out because Xur, I don't think, has sold it before, so it's nice. And then finally we have Bad Omens, which Xur sells all the damn time. This one's got kill clip, reloading after a kill grants increased damage, and he's also got snapshot sight. So this isn't that bad of a roll. Just hard to get excited about it because it's an old rocket launcher and he sold it for a long time, and we've seen all sorts of iterations. But if you need a rocket launcher in a tight spot, you might pick that one up. Finally, let's move on to legendary armor. Armor this week is really bad on Titans and really bad on Hunters, so you should not get any of those pieces. But I do want to talk about Warlocks because they have the best armor this week. First, they've got the main attraction here, which is this chest piece. 19 mobility is unfortunate if you're not doing a mobility build, but it does have 65 points overall, so it is definitely worth shouting out. Unfortunately, even the mobility isn't terribly spiky, so if you were trying to do a mobility build, maybe that wouldn't be high enough for you. But the real shame here is that it's got such low resilience, recovery, all the other stuff that you care about, that it's hard to get excited about it. But hey, maybe you've got a mobility build, or maybe you're just stockpiling armor in case the meta switches to mobility. Yeah, but unfortunately the distributions aren't great there. And then finally we've got the boots. The boots again have insanely high mobility. This actually I would say is spiky. Unfortunately its resilience is rock bottom and it only has 63, so it ends up being kind of a mid weapon. But hey, again, theoretical mobility build for Warlocks. There you go. All the other stuff is not good. 61 on the gloves and the helmet, and then I think Hunters and Titans have even worse. I don't think they have a single piece of armor that is at 62 stats or higher between them, which is terrible. So yeah, that's armor this week. And that will be a wrap on Xur, everyone. Hopefully this video was useful to some of you. And as always, if you need more information on Xur and you want to know what he's selling, we will be back next week to check him out and give you our recommendations. And for everything else related to Destiny 2 or Xur, stick with IGN.